Okay. Oh, can you hear me now? I think I've got it fixed. I think I've got it fixed, but I'm not sure. Man, Kim's not here, and then I just, if there's some little preference, and computers are so strange. You set all the preferences, they work and work and work, and then there's an update, and they mess your preferences all up. So that's what happens. Okay, I will go back and start over again with my whole spiel about these stupid names on here. Pasoli. I'm sorry, I don't remember your. Hey, JG Mopar, you were just in another live I was in. Good to see you here. We had. They are YouTube, not they. YouTube are. They're rolling out these. They're calling them handles with the @ sign and the name. And not all the lives have got them right away, but they will all get them. And, there's been a discussion with YouTube, and they are bent on doing this. So they say embrace it. Well, I guess we have to. So here's what we want to do. Mexican Spec knows how to change them. You can change your handle once every 2 weeks, I think it is. 14 days, 15 days, something like that. It's about every 2 weeks. So right now you can go in there and you can change it. Like P. Sully could change it to whatever your channel name is, but there's probably more than one channel name, and that's why you've got this goofy thing with 311. And you can go in there and change it to something that you like. Like you could put, dots. You can put periods in there. You can put underscores. You can put like Sully from Nevada or wherever you're from, But you can change it and make it more recognizable for us. I would really like to see that because these handles, some people like JG Mopar. I know JG Mopar from another channel. So he was in 390 Wagon Masters with JG Mopar. So his handle's the same as his channel name. That's kind of cool. And Mexican Spec changed his, so it matches his channel name. So yeah, there he is with the instructions. Kim's here. Man, you're off the side, so you're all funny looking. How can I move, or you can move, or something, so you're not at the edge of the camera?
There you go.
So,
there's nothing in the shop in his car. We fixed the blinker.
And Hippie Long is working and's got to go do a setup. So, yeah, you'll be back in a while. We understand that.
See you in a bit.
It's like work first, play later. There's P. Sully saying hi to Kim. Yeah, we already got 21 people in here. I was in 390 Wagon Master.
Yeah, you said you were going to.
Yeah, but I was promoting our live. Yeah. I don't know if that's cool or not. He was okay. He didn't.
I mean, if he's done, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he didn't get upset about it.
You've been supporting him for a long time.
Yeah, we kind of support each other. Well, and I know him, He can call me. He can call me on the phone. I can call him. We're kind of friends.
Is he back on that routine then?
Yeah, he was off for the summer because he was wanting to do other things. But he's back to his. He even said he goes next Thursday night. I may be here, and then I may not be here.
May not.
So I don't know. But I was glad he was there tonight. He went 2 hours anyway. Tom Anderson's here. Colby Queso. Good evening. I'm sure I've missed a few people. Ben Hur.
Welcome, everybody.
Ben Hur, UDX 358. He is.
I should get points. I'm going to get some points.
Okay, wait. Okay. I'm seeing people here from 390 Wagon Master. I want to say hi
great.
to them.
Welcome. Gearhead, you get 4 points, but it's doubled because I wasn't here yet. So you get 8 points. Colby Queso, DF Repair, Tom Anderson, and P. Sully. You all get 6 points. Buddy Carfano gets 6 points. Mexican Spec gets 6 points. JG Mopar, you get 4 points. Granddad's Junk gets 4 points. Dean Stevenson gets 4 points. I think that's it.
Okay, you need to scroll down all the way so it still scrolls again. We got this huge screen.
Thanks everybody for being here like right on time.
I've got this huge screen, but still things scroll by.
Open in the screen.
But anyway, Kim, got a lot of new people here.
Welcome, new people.
Highlander, UDX 498. All these people at UDX are UDX that's 390 Wagon Masters.
Wagon Master. What do you guys talk about on Wagon Master? Radio stuff.
CB radio, yeah.
CB radio.
I even told them you had a CB in your Dodge Dart.
Oh, I do.
And they all thought it was.
Experienced the CB radio.
They all thought it was cool. You had a.
It looks cute. It has a little antenna right on the top.
They all thought it was cool. You had a 66 Dart with a slant.
Will you
and
play party games during the day today outside?
Just a minute. I'm trying to get this out before everybody leaves. But there's a lot of new people in here that don't know about the point system. You're giving people points that have never even been here.
So when you do something good, I award points. But it's an on your honor system. I don't got a database, and I don't got a spreadsheet. I award points. You keep track. Once you save up a lot of points, we're going to have a catalog, and you can order things and stuff like that. Bonus stuff, you know?
Patrick Sully. Right on. Okay, keep going.
All right. Good job. And, that's how the point system works. We've been given points for a long time.
How do I pin the instructions? Oh, right here. How do I pin that? Is there a way to pin that?
There is.
Pin message. Man. Okay, so what did that do? Oh, it puts it up at the top. Perfect. Okay. I'm sorry, I interrupted twice. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mexican Spec. Mexican Spec's here so often, helping us out, throwing up links and things like that. Pumpkin approved. Yeah, it's almost spooky day. We were out today. We got going early today. We got some stuff done.
See, we say early. That's like 11 o'clock in the morning.
It wasn't that early, but well, I can't.
I was up before that.
You were.
So here's the thing. We're up almost all night in the garage every night. So we go to sleep about just before the sun comes up. And I sleep 2 or 3 hours and get up and do something. Then I take a nap in the afternoon, then we do something again. So, yeah, that's early for us. But we were outside. You were working on the Dart. I was working on my
I got the Dart started. I think that the float in the carburetor was stuck again because it wouldn't start. After No Name Nationals, we got home. I parked it and didn't touch it again. It would not start. I haven't taken it anywhere. And then the battery was dead, so not dead, but the battery was weak. It wasn't cranking good. And I was trying to get gas. I could see the filter was empty, and I was like, man, so I'm cranking. I was like, man, now I got to put the start. So I put the charger on it and left it and went and got some firewood collected up so we could have a little fire. And then I got, I'm working on that crankshaft for this 318 here. I'm going to lighten up the crankshaft and whatnot. Faith is here. Welcome.
Look at this.
Luis is here. Welcome.
This is a scale. And Kim's got stuff ground off.
I bought a little scale.
Stuff that she's ground off.
It was only $8 for this little thing.
Grinding stuff off a rotating assembly, and then we'll have to balance the rods.
I thought it was interesting that these are the pieces. Now, I'll show you more in a minute here, but this is 13 grams, and that's
what's that?
18 total, 31. That's off the crankshaft.
That's off the crankshaft.
Okay. So that's 31 grams worth of little pieces off of one section. But also, and on top of that, it's very difficult to measure, right? Show you what I did here. Oh shoot!
Oh, what is this? Oh.
I waved the magnet around.
Magnet in front of what you're grinding.
And there's the.
That's a magnet full of hair.
That's all the stuff that I ground off that was just dust. So, yeah. And that's I went outside to do it during the day because he was in here the other night after I had been grinding. He was like, "Oh my God, it tastes like metal dust in here." And I was like, "Oh, yeah."
Have any of you that have worked in a place where they do steel fabrication? You walk in, it just like hits your nose, all the steel in the
you
in
taste
the
it
air.
for days.
And I what is this?
Sully 3.11.
Oh, why'd you change that? He changed it.
I don't know.
Changed it twice?
I don't know. He's having fun changing things. Maybe that's his alternate.
Well, I didn't know they said you could change it once every 2 weeks, so I don't know. Now I don't know. Who is that? That is Sully too? Okay.
Nicer day today.
So
but I'm glad you didn't get caught in the damage. I didn't even see what kind of storm. I didn't watch the news today. I don't know what happened. I hope everyone's all right.
Where is this? Which storm is this?
We had a nice day today, and I had to work on the heater. I opened up the heater and made sure it was clean. That duct that I took out, I reconnected so we could open the windows and turn the heat on because you have to blow the stink out a little bit. Although you know what, after I was gone for a couple hours and came home, it does kind of stink in the house. The heat, as the heater runs more, it kind of smells like mouse, like we're cooking mouse droppings in the heating system. It's
the heater came on, what, 3 days ago? I came out of my room, I go, what is that smell? And I figured it out, I turned it off. And you turned it on today, it didn't smell bad at all. So whatever you did, you got it handled.
No, because now that I'm just got home, it smells.
But you can smell it, but compared to what it was,
it's not as bad.
Really
but
good.
In the kitchen, I really noticed it.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
What's this? Dean Stevens is 106 mile an hour winds.
Ooh,
Holy
that's
crap.
real bad. Yikes.
Man.
Christopher Lloyd was
all
87.
these places, it's in Invercargill. See these places I don't know. I know so little about New Zealand and where things are. I know a few little places, and of course the big cities. But
do you want the lights on?
Oh, I forgot the lights.
Did you say you borrowed one of the buckets?
Yeah, I did. I've got it over there in front of the. I borrowed. Kim.
I've got a blue bucket. You can
see that one right there.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
It's right. It's that one. See, we have these big white buckets, and we put them over bright lights, and it adds some light to our garage in here when we're using.
So we don't look like raccoons.
Well, so when we're using the camera, we have enough light.
Barrows
but
is
you
here
put
somewhere?
Hello,
Barrows.
So it's not so bright in one spot. We put a white bucket over it. It spreads the light real nice.
Diffusion.
Well, I stole one of the buckets to sit on it.
Stole my bucket.
Well, we've got the wood stove going again because it's cooling off. So I flipped the bucket over so I could sit in front of the wood stove. The wood stove's
working good. It's still 70 in here. It's getting chilly outside.
I want you to look in there because you're kind of particular about how I put things in the wood stove, and I want you to see what I did.
I'll take a quick look at it.
Because you may not approve.
No, you're fine.
She doesn't approve of the way I do wood stove. Yeah, Barrow.
Wow, you put something big in there.
I put two big things in there, but they kept it warm for like 2 hours, and then I put that next big thing in there.
Oh, wow.
So
I'm moving it around a little bit so it doesn't fade.
That's fine. Because there's a pretty good bed of coals in there.
There is, and I want to make sure it stays going.
Okay, yeah.
It's doing real good right now, but I'm gonna.
You know that pile of wood that the neighbor gave us?
Yeah.
Man, I drove down the street. There's this big pile of wood out in front of the neighbor's house, and a bunch of shrubs and stuff he cut. So I called him. I go, hey, what are you doing with all that wood? And he goes, I'm getting rid of it. I'm going to take it to the dump. I said, can I take it? He goes, you can have it if you want. Man, we're down there with a skid loader. Immediately.
Did you put those big wedges in here? Is that what burned earlier?
Yeah.
Those
two big wedges kept it warm up here.
Oh, wow. Oh, great job.
While you were at your meeting.
They were. I wasn't sure if they would light easily.
They did not. They were a little wet, but they were in a real good bed of coals, so they did okay. They did okay. Oh, what's that noise? Oh, you're cutting up. Got electric chainsaw going over there. That's what that noise was. Granddad says the passes were closed. Truckies, I guess that's what they say in New Zealand. Truckies had to stay in Greymouth or Greymouth, not sure. Couldn't get home. West Coasters invented adverse weather. Ain't no big thing for Granddad's junk. Oh, man. Dean Stevens said, I'm working Sunday. Monday is a country holiday for us. Really? Mexican Spec is asking you, Luis, if you guys celebrate. Luis, for those of you that are new in here, Luis is from Venezuela. Mexican Spec is from Mexico. Mexican Spec's kind of a U.S.-Mexico guy. He grew up in the U.S. He's Mexican as well, so he's in Mexico. And then in Mexican Spec, his business is he finds Mexican cars that are in really good condition, especially like, the cars everybody likes. 70s, 80s,
Classics,
70s,
muscle cars,
70s, 80s, 90 cars.
performance cars.
And finds them and exports them out of Mexico to people that want to buy them in the U.S. or people that want them in New Zealand or Canada or wherever they want them. So that's kind of his thing. And so who else do we have in here? We usually have somebody here from, like Dean Stevenson's from New Zealand. We have people from Australia, people from, of course, the U.S. and Canada.
Good night, Gearhead.
And Ireland.
I understand.
Gearhead's already taken off.
He's tired.
Oh man.
We'll
Yeah,
see
we are.
next
We
time.
are late. We're in here late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're earlier on Saturday.
Thursday night's our latest night. We come on at 10 Central in the U.S.
Yeah. Well,
And,
we're supposed to work.
And Saturday we come on at 9 Central in the U.S. And then Tuesday nights we come on at 7. But Tuesday nights are completely different. Tuesday nights we show pictures of everybody's cars and everything. So
I got car parts to show people.
we're not in the shop on Tuesday night. We're in the studio.
But we
Tuesday
are
night.
tonight.
Yeah, tonight. Yeah, what is that? Oh,
So
look at
this is the timing cover that's bad from this 318. I found this when I opened it up. If you look at there's like a knife edge right there from corrosion. See how thin it is for the gasket surface?
That's just about ready for water to pour into
right.
the timing
And then
chain.
water would pour into the engine, right? This side is not quite as bad, and we could try and fix it with epoxy, but I ordered a replacement. They were available, and this gasket needs replaced too, so I just ordered one. That'll be good. The reason that corroded so bad, not like that, it's in LA. The poly is still in his van.
I have a poly that's in really good shape, but it's all apart.
We should do dueling engine builds.
No, we have two of them at the same time.
Just what we need is two engines blown all apart in here same time.
So yeah, this is LA.
We could just do engine builds all winter.
She pulled this apart. It's obviously been apart before. Hey, Rabbit Transit's here.
It had water got in it. Not a lot of water.
But it's a goofed up engine. It's been rebuilt before. And there's like some rods are one style, different manufacturers, and some are I don't remember what manufacturer, and some of them say Mopar on them. Obviously, different weights, different thicknesses.
Yeah, that's why I got the scale. I wanted to try and weight balance match the rods a little bit.
We're going to try to balance it at least a little bit better.
But I did research, right? And to get a new set of pistons that's better than the ones that are in there, because the ones that are in there are just like factory style reman pistons. The cheapest pistons you can get are $170. Well, they're no better than what I've got. So the next step up, that's actually an improvement that I can tell is an improvement, are the Keith Black style pistons that Summit Racing sells, and they are $385 for a set. And I want to save that money for the next build. So I'm going to build this with factory style pistons. I bought new. I'm spending the money where it counts. I bought American-made Hastings rings, cast iron rings, to replace the rings. So that'll be fresh. And we're going to give the cylinders a hone. They're 30 over already. We're just going to work with what it is because there's a little bit of wear in them, but I think that with a light hone that they'll clean right up and seat a new set of rings.
Look what Master Bake just wrote.
Who?
Mashed or baked, right there.
Mashed or baked. Wow. Saw a Les Schwab tire commercial in Reno. When they run out to the car, I said, "That looks like Kim." Oh.
They had somebody look like you in a commercial.
Just like me? Okay. Well, it wasn't.
You didn't do that commercial, did you?
It was AI.
It was AI? They stole your looks on AI.
Yeah, that was my AI agent. I don't really get much residuals, but, it helps around the house. What's going to happen when we're all fake? You know that's going to happen, right?
I just watched a short. I clicked on it, and it was a girl playing a guitar. And I don't remember what it was. Some song I wanted to hear it, and I went there, and it was the original band playing the song, and the girl looked so real, and she was an AI girl sitting there playing guitar.
Yeah.
It's like, did they get a
Luis Big Weld. I think of that movie quite a bit, right? Upgrades and get back to work.
where's this mash or bake Ponamaniac related? Master Bake. Do we know you by another name, or are you new here? Maybe you're new here. If you're new here, good evening. Thanks for being here. But they've got all these new.
De la des Muertos.
We've got all these new names that are handles, and I've lost track who some people are. And of course, up there at the top, we have a pinned thing up there that says Mexican Spec, and it's pinned up there because it tells you how to go in there and change your new handle that was assigned to you by YouTube, how to change it and make it a little bit more like what you want, if you want to change it.
So the thing that worries me about AI, right, is you don't have to convince a person to lie, right? You can tell AI to say anything. They'll just say it like they believe it. They'll say it convincingly, right? And there's no accountability. There's no accountability, right? They could just tell lies, blatant lies. And what are you going to do? Convict the AI? Make them pay a fine? There's no way. You could just say you can make them say whatever you want. And the only thing they can do is take down the channel. And you know how hard it is to get YouTube to respond to that stuff? They want you to use those features. It's crazy.
Master Bake
says, crazy.
Been watching. First comment. Well, welcome. And you know what? I see Master Bake. It's like, man, they're both good. See, I'm diabetic, so I'm not supposed to eat much potato. I'll eat a little bit of potato.
But
you know what? Master Bake, that would be a really...
I know that's a potato thing. Maybe that's...
Really...
Is that Dougster's alternate?
Really tough decision.
But Master Baked, I'm telling you, your username makes me cringe because it sounds like you're saying, like it's mass door. Like it's a little scary, like that. But it's a potato related. Clearly, it's potato related, right? But like, if you just glance or I just hear it when he says it, if he doesn't say it very clearly, it sounds a little sketchy. It sounds like you're in the wrong kind of channel with that name.
I like it.
Mexican Spec says, Kim, I assume the real person could claim the revenue from that shit. That's the thing. It doesn't have to be a real person. It can just look like a person.
Well, this one I watched was the original recording with this girl playing a guitar. And I looked at the comments, and some people didn't get it. They said, oh, she really plays that well. She plays as well as the original, all that. And I'm thinking, that is the original. It's an AI girl, you know. And I'm sure they got a copyright strike on that if it was monetized.
Yeah. Smoke Wrench Garage, welcome in. I didn't see you earlier.
Oh, where's that? Smoke Wrench. Oh, there it is. Smoke Wrench Garage.
Never try and figure out names. Yeah,
what happened? You killed something?
I got the mosquito.
The mosquito?
I think I did.
It's cold outside. Why do we have mosquitoes?
I don't know. I was getting bit up while I was working on the furnace, so I guess.
Well, earlier today it was nice out, but it sure.
Oh, but I did get the dart started. That was my joke about were you playing games in the yard because there was a lawn dart. But
lawn dart?
Yeah, I had to walk around the dart. It's right in the front yard.
Oh, yeah.
Because I pulled it so it was facing down so a lot of water would drain because it's still.
We got to get up early tomorrow. Much earlier than we usually get up.
Yeah.
Because we're going out with my youngest son.
Oh, shoot. That's tomorrow already.
Maybe we'll take, if you're going, we'll just take the Jeep. I was going to say, we'll take my car is so filthy. I want to hose it off with the spray washer.
Did you get your registration taken care of on your car? Maybe that's the Valiant.
I'm not going to register the Valiant.
Okay.
Because the Valiant, had the Valiant registered, so I had to insure it. I insured it for the entire year, and you know what?
Didn't drive it once.
I didn't drive it even 1 mile. So no, I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna let it just.
Did you get Mark Sauvé's email earlier today?
You know, I didn't look at my email today. I'm sorry.
Learning with Juan is here. Says hello.
Learning with Juan. That's somebody new. Good evening. How you doing?
No, we've had Learning. We've had.
Have we had Juan here before?
I don't know. It looks like a familiar name, but it might be a different name.
Because of the handles, I'm a little bit not sure. Oh. Hello, yo, Buffalo Campo. And Miss Fox Things.
Alt doesn't need a number. There's only one.
Do
you have to turn the insurance plate in if the insurance lapses? I don't know.
No. In Tennessee, they don't give a shit about the plate. When the plate, what happened was, when I have if you have a current registration, you're supposed to have insurance. But somehow, they know that. The insurance company lets them. There's some communication there. So they'll get you. But I let the plate lapse. But once the plate's lapsed, they don't care about what happens to the license plate. Because the sticker on it's, it's over. So it's an expired license plate. So I don't see any reason to insure it. It doesn't leave the property. When it gets to the point that car's ready to leave the property, I'll pay for the sticker on the license plate, and then I'll insure it again. John Wilburn, good evening.
Oh,
I was
in, John.
mashed or baking. I was mashed or baking. I was mashed or baking.
I guess he was using a different account.
Oh, is that you?
I'm guessing so. Well, welcome in, John. Hope you're doing well. Looking forward to your stream tomorrow night. Are you have anything special to talk about tomorrow night, John?
In Arizona, if you have an old car with a plate on it, but no insurance, they will suspend your driver's license. In Arizona, they're doing that now. Because in Arizona, they didn't care at all when I was there. They didn't care anything. But if you had a car that had current registration and no insurance, then they'd do something about it.
Main Street Mopar's here. Welcome in. We're doing good. In Pennsylvania, I know if you let your insurance expire, they would send you a fine in the mail and suspend your registration. And they could suspend your driver's license if you let your insurance. And the insurance companies were obligated to automatically inform the state if it lapsed, and then you'd have to prove that you had insurance through somebody else. So you had to be careful about that. But if you were insured on one car, that didn't happen.
What was the car that I had? Oh, it was the Jeep. I let the Jeep lapse.
Yeah.
And I went in, it was just sitting here. And I went in another car, and I renewed the policy, or I renewed the license plate on it. I never let the insurance lapse. So I renewed the license plate, and she says, "Did you drive it at all while it was lapsed?" And I said, "No." She asked me a piece of paper. She goes, "Sign this. You're signing that you didn't drive it during that period of time." I signed it. She says, "Okay, we won't charge you any because you signed that. They don't charge you any penalties or fees or anything. They just start there. That day they start a year again. So okay, good. So as long as I don't drive that thing until, we're planning on doing some major body work to that car, so it's going to be on the property for probably a long time. Nixon says, "Where was that? But where was what? Where was what?" Uh-oh.
Bear Rose explained how a strike and a claim are different. Yeah, they take your money. They take all the money. If they made the music and you made the video, they take all the money. I don't know.
John Wilbur says, "We need a contest to see how much we will gain from." Now, you know what? I've gained about 10 pounds, and I just decided, okay, I'm going to eat like maybe one piece of bread a day, maybe not. I got to get that 10 pounds off. So, yep. I noticed it. Kim needed a scale for something, And I
Oh,
stood on the scale and went, whoa.
Mark Sauvé said that sent you an email to apologize for leading you down the wrong path with the flasher relay. He says he sold many of those without any issues, so
Oh,
he's pretty positive it would work for us. It didn't work, so we
we
got
have
the
one.
one that we had.
We have one. We could have a contest and give this away.
We
Or
have,
I'll use it for something else.
it's not that big a deal. We were
No.
disappointed, but honestly, it's just not that big a deal. It was what, $12, $13? It was a small item, and now we know.
Oh, yeah. The statement of facts was in Tennessee. All I had to do was sign it, said I had not driven the car during that period of time,
Yeah.
that the registration had expired, and that I came in there to pay it. And it had been sitting in the driveway, and it's like, holy crap, that's expired. So I drove in and took care of it, and it was a couple of weeks that it was over. And it just been sitting there. So I wasn't worried about it.
Our experience has been that when we use a 3-prong and make sure the positive negative terminals are proper, we can either replace a 2-prong with a 3-prong, or we can use one that has that extra wire for the ground. And every instance that we've done that, it has made it flash regardless of what bulb. We could use LEDs or incandescents or what.
Man.
So the 3-wire always fixes it. The
That
2-wire we
3-wire
haven't been able to make work
We got
yet.
a 3-wire on the signals and a 3-wire on the flashers. That thing is
That always does it. So
perfect. It just works.
I don't know. Maybe it'll work on a Chevy.
I'd say it'd probably work on anything.
I don't know
that's
why
old.
it didn't work. No, this one I'm
Oh,
saying.
I
This
don't know.
2-prong, we don't know why it didn't work.
It says Mexican specs says California doesn't
And we're
do.
so mad. We're never going to talk to you again till now.
California doesn't do statement
No.
of facts anymore. They charge. Yeah, California does because they're evil. They just want all the money they can get. You know, in Arizona,
Be sure to observe all state and local laws regarding registration and insurance.
Okay, in Arizona, if you sell a car, and unlike California, you keep your license plate. California license plate stays with the car, but you keep your license plate. They refund you the money. Let's say you only drive the car 6 months out of the year before you sell it. They refund you 6 months of your registration. I've never seen a state that'll do that. I think that's pretty cool. So, yeah, and California just they evil. Just take and take and take and take. And the best
Don't
thing
talk
I ever
bad about
the
California.
only thing I did, best thing I ever did was moved out of that state. Man, here things make sense. You know, if you don't drive the car, they don't charge you. You know, and if you do drive the car and you get without the registration, yeah, you can get in trouble. I mean, that makes sense to me.
Mark Sauvé, it was still easier to try that and then have to default to the other one than it was to put resistors on every LED at every corner, because that's crappy.
Who said put resistors?
No, he didn't say that. He just said, yep, the grounding style relay doesn't rely on circuit load to trip the flasher.
Right.
Yeah, the one with the extra wire.
I actually thought this would pick it up somehow. There's a circuit board in here. I mean, this isn't.
It looks like it might work. Yeah.
This isn't a bimetal strip, so I expected that. Yeah, it might work, and we won't have to put another wire.
And honestly, we don't know why it didn't. But the extra wired one is idiot resistant, and we need idiot resistant because we resemble idiots.
J.G. Mopar, California was really trying hard to take my old black and yellow plates from the 60s for my 65 Valiant, 68 Coronet. You know what?
Here they don't give nothing.
I moved from California to Arizona. Wasn't there very long. I ended up moving to Ohio, and then I was going to move back to Arizona. So I knew I wasn't going to be in Ohio very long, but I ended up having to register a vehicle there. So I went in, because my mindset is like California, because I lived there my whole life. So I went into the license bureau with my California plate to get my Ohio plate. And I handed her the plate. She looks at it. She goes, "What's this for?" And I said, "Don't I have to turn this in?" She goes, "I don't want that. Get that out of here." Okay. So I put the Ohio plate on the car, and I kept my California plate. It's like, okay. That's how it is here too.
There's no front plate in Tennessee.
No front plate in Tennessee. No front plate in Pennsylvania. I was there too. But most of these states don't want the other plate. They just laugh at you when you bring the other plate in. California's like a bunch of, just terrible.
Terrible.
Okay, Tennessee has single plate. Arizona has single plate, except if you have personalized license plates, they issue you two, and you only need to run one. But they think if you have a personalized plate, you may want to put the personalized plate on the front. So they give you two plates, but you're not required to run.
Not required.
Well, JG Mopar says, I was able to hold on to the original plates and get them registered. Hopefully nobody steals them. Man, I used to be I don't belong to a group anymore. It was a license plate collector group, and everybody trade plates and buy plates and sell plates and everything. And Larry Furler, good evening. Haven't seen you before.
Hey Larry, welcome in.
But
if we know you, sorry they changed the naming thing. There's a pinned comment that should tell you how to change it if you want to change it so we understand who you are better.
Larry says, what would I need to do to register a 57 Chevrolet in Tennessee? It depends on if it's already registered in another state. If it's already registered in another state, you take the paperwork without the license plate, take the paperwork into the license bureau, and it's not the license bureau.
You have to be a resident of the state to register a vehicle here.
You
need a...
Just a minute, Kim. It's the what the hell's the name of the damn building? I can't think of it. Anyway,
it's like a magistrate's office.
You take it in there, and they do some stuff, and they charge you a few bucks, and you walk out with a license plate.
It's $100 for the wheel tax here.
Yeah, it's $104, I think, for a license plate for anything except commercial vehicles might be more.
Motorcycles less.
So now, if it doesn't have any paperwork and it hasn't been registered in forever, I don't know what they don't even come out and look at the VIN. They just trust it's right.
Yeah, and there's no safety inspection or anything like that.
No inspection.
If you have the title, you're in. But if you don't have a title, it's not an easy process necessarily.
The title and the car doesn't need to be there. There's no problem. There's no in-person VIN. Yeah, there's nothing like that here. It's pretty easy here. It's just like a lot of things, though. If you get stopped by the police, have your stuff straight, because that's when they will get you, is if you don't have it right. But if you just take care of it right, you'll be okay. I saw 95 Sporty-1. Good evening. Let's see, who's 95 Sporty-1? If you're somebody that's been here before with another name, hello. If not, welcome.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I want to see if we have. There you go.
Oh, there's split cam.
And you're in the center, so I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna press out some piston wrist pins, so you can talk.
If you're new in here and haven't seen the handles yet, it's a slow changeover that YouTube's doing. I don't especially like it, but they say embrace it. It's the way it's going to be. So this channel got hit with it first. I've been in a couple other channels that have handles. You can change your handle, and up at the top, Mexican Spec has instructions up there how to change your handle so you can make it more like what you want. Now you may want to be 95 Sporty-1. I don't know, but anyway, and Larry Furler obviously has changed your handle. That's pretty cool. Let's see here.
Can you see what I'm doing?
I can see what you're doing. Oh, you got that fancy. See, now what she's doing is she's got that fixture she made. So now she's pressing against the rod and the pin. She's not putting any pressure on the piston. She's got that on the rod because you don't want to put pressure on the piston. You want to put it on the rod. That's why she has made that fixture. Daniel Morrissey, good evening. How you doing? How are things in Petaluma? Man, I was saying that just before I read it. Because I always remember you're from Petaluma. Petaluma's a pretty cool place.
What's it hit?
I don't know. It's hitting something.
Getting tight.
That's something wrong. Very further. I would be afraid to stand too close to that press. Moving parts near my junk is scary.
Nah.
That's pretty good, except something on that fixture isn't quite right, Kim. I don't know why. It worked with all the other pistons, and this one, it's because there's pistons and rods that are from different companies and different shapes and sizes in the same engine. Because whoever rebuilt that engine put a bunch of mismatched parts together.
Mismatched parts, yep.
Try flipping the piston over.
Flip the piston.
Or you might have to grind your fixture a little bit.
I don't know where it's hitting.
I don't either. But I can see it. I can see something's wrong. Something wrong. Yeah, remember that? Something wrong.
Too low.
We too low.
There you go.
Kim and I both remember that. Oh, man.
Hey, even when it's there it goes. Hear it?
Oh, is it moving?
Yeah, once it makes that dong.
It makes the dong sound?
Once it makes the dong sound, then you know it's going.
We have oh yeah, Daniel Morrissey says, beautiful day today, 70, tiny bit of rain coming to the Bay Area. You know, during the day, I think it was bumping up close to 70 years, probably high 60s, but it's supposed to get down into the, like 37 tonight. So, we got the wood stove going. It's warm in here, but man, I always say, no name nationals, it's always in the 90s, and everybody's complaining about the heat. Of course, I'm in Arizona, so I don't.
Later, it's friggin' freezing.
So I don't think 90's hot, but it's so nice, and then 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, it's freezing cold. And we winterized our cars, so.
Yeah, make sure you got your antifreeze in your race car. Don't let your block freeze.
Oh, if you were racing during the summer and you got water in your cooling system because you can't have coolant on the racetrack, make sure you change it. It's coming up, It's gonna freeze.
Let's get here before you know it.
What is this? Next suspect sold the 69 Dart GTS and Washington State Patrol took the car apart looking for a U.S. VIN when one is a Mexican car and two, the VIN was stamped on the left frame horn. Jeez.
This one looks like, this one's a Mopar one. Check it out. Here's another 2 out of 5.
Yeah, that's a Mopar.
Have the Pentastar.
That's a Mopar. That rod looks like it's bent, but it isn't. It's the camera doing that.
Is it? Yeah, it doesn't look bent. I want to weigh it.
Larry Furler says, Kim is making it look easy. You gonna put that up? Oh, you're gonna just weigh it right there. Or are you gonna weigh it up?
You know what? It is easy once you have the right equipment. Once you have the thing, it works great.
Mark Silveri
All you
says,
need is a lawnmower blade.
You want mismatched parts? I supplied a box with about 14 connecting rods and the cap laying in loose in the box. They were all unmarked. Engine builder matched up the set. This came from this is a rebuild because it's 30 over?
Mm-hmm.
And it's been repainted. And so we know it's a rebuild, but it's an old rebuild. So it ran for a long time. And Kim got the engine and taking it apart. There's all these mismatched parts.
This one's 484. And then this one I dressed up to make nice. See, I took all the casting edges off of this one to make it look nice.
Mexican Spec says he changed his, I'm going to click on this.
476, and this one is
Okay,
480, so it doesn't make much change.
I am looking at his new website.
Oh, the site looks good, Mexican Spec.
Hey, this looks all right.
Nice. So these two...
Oh, you can scroll down and see each car, but are there different views of each car? I'm just going to randomly pick one here.
Look at that. Even these two don't match. They're both Mopars.
They're both Mopar, and they don't match.
Different part number.
And
well, they both have the same part number. They're both JB78.
But look at the thickness of that and that. Obviously different rods.
A little different.
I'm trying to do two things at once here because I've got this going and that going.
A little different.
I don't have enough screens here, Kim.
Why not?
Because down there in the studio, we have...
Yeah, it's hard to do that with different screens. Do you want to bring that up so people can see Mexican Spec site, or that's not what you want to do?
Let's see. Right, how do you want me to do this? No, he put it up there. If somebody wants to click on it, they can click on it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm back to this. No, it's only one picture. They can contact me for more pictures. Or you know what, Mexican Spec, put up go ahead and put up the link to your Instagram, because your Instagram, as far as I'm concerned, best Instagram site that's Instagram, because you show all the pictures of all the cars. It is just when I'm just sitting there with.
But he's asking for comments on his new design.
When I'm sitting there and I've got nothing to do, I just click over to Mexican Spec's Instagram and I look through all the cars, dreaming about what I wish I could try.
This is the first time I put prices on cars. I hope it works for you, Mexican Spec. Sometimes.
Why is my butt hurt? Ow.
Prices. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's bad. I don't know. The people who would tell you, oh, you have to do it this way. Oh, the people you have to do it that way. They're not the people necessarily buying stuff anyways. They just want to browse prices. That doesn't necessarily get you there. Look at that.
That's kind of stiff.
It's stiff because it's off center. When it's in the right spot where it actually rides.
Lube that up.
But yeah, it's not lube. They need cleaned up a little bit. See, these are like generic, like Silvo-like kind of pistons. 285 NR.
Jeez. The rings look loose on that one.
The rings were loose. There was no stuck rings.
Oh, I thought there were stuck rings on one.
No, there's no stuck rings, but they look a little bit worn and a little bit...
I thought Instagram was for kids to find grandmothers. You know what? It's to find really good Mexican cars in Mexico.
See, and here's another one. This is a KRK. This piston says KRK. It's not a Mopar piston.
Or it's not.
That's a small block Chevy piston.
It's not a piston. It's a rod.
Yeah.
They have to understand the price is with travel and transport included. The vehicle usually has to cover 2,000 kilometers to get to the border. That's another thing. I got to say this about Mexican Spec, because he sold a car to somebody that hangs out in here a lot, which is Lester with Sabre. And it was a Fairmont. It was a box top Fairmont. And Mexican Spec went to go get it, and it was a piece of crap. And he said, man, you don't want this car. So he went out looking for another one. And he found another one that wasn't very good. And the third one he found was really good. And so he wouldn't sell the one that wasn't up to snuff, you know. He made sure that Lester Sabre got a good car. And Lester liked it. And Mexican Spec had a couple of things fixed that needed to be fixed. And then he transported it up to the border. Pretty cool. Let's see here. What is this? Dean Stevens said, it might be cracked backwards buff dough to Campo. You got a backwards B now. Man, what do? You draw this stuff up yourself? Because those are little pictures. Those are not fonts. They're pictures.
You can pop it back over to the press.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Kim.
Oh, no, I'm over here working again.
Oops. I pushed the wrong button. There. So, Mexican Spec says I went through more than 3. Well, you know, I just think that is amazing because most people that are selling cars are not going to do that. They're just going to try to push a car out to somebody. And Mexican Spec No, this is, you don't want this.
Yeah, well, that's no.
And he chased down one that was good. It needed a heater, which is a big job. That's a big job on a Fairmont. And he got that job done in Mexico, which is, Mexico's kind of like the U.S. was 40 or 50 years ago, where there's a small local shops with people that care about what they're doing. And he had a heater put in it, and I don't remember what else it needed, but he got it done, got all this stuff fixed, and he took it up there. And Larry Furler says that press scares me. Why does the press scare you?
No, it's all right.
This thing is, that press is so steady.
Yeah, this is okay.
And not pressing that. It's only a 20-ton press.
But I'm not pressing 20 tons worth of.
Well, and I want everybody to see how that fixture works. You see how that works? That supports the rod like that. So she's pushing the pin against, because it's pressed into the rod. So she's holding the rod and pushing on the wrist pin. If you hold the piston and press, it distorts the piston.
Ask us
how we know, because I ruined a piston. And it didn't take much. Everything looked fine. We got it back together, and man, that thing was stiff as hell. So we took it apart again, and when I stuck a straight edge through there, you could see where those two holes in the piston were not.
You can go back off the press.
They were not perfect anymore. And so, I bought a piston.
One piston.
Well, it came from the same supplier we bought all the rest of them from.
Yeah.
Oh, Larry says, maybe it was that time I saw Rich 220 use an arbor press. We have an arbor press here, but you can't push anywhere near as hard as Campo. It's a pretty nice press. It was I got it when it was on sale. It's a Harbor Freight press, but it's a 20-ton press.
It's the bigger one.
You know what? I was working at a defense contractor, and we needed a press, and I got the approval to buy one from Harbor Freight. We got it in, and I put it together. Man, I liked it so much. I go, I got to get one. So then I went down to Harbor Freight and bought myself one.
And it sat here for how many years?
It sat here in the shop for years before I put it together.
Did we put it together, or was it already together when I got it?
No.
I feel like we put it together. It was in the box.
You could have been here when we put it together.
Yeah, because we got this shop. Guys, you don't even know. This place was floor to ceiling, packed with supplies and equipment and all kinds of old stuff.
I moved my shop.
And the Studebaker was stuffed in here. You couldn't even walk around it.
I moved my shop from Arizona to here. And my shop in Arizona, I actually had two buildings in Arizona. And that one building was 3 times the size of this, and the other was about the size of this. And I moved all that crap to here. So it was full. I mean, that's an understatement. This place was full. And Kim a lot, has helped.
You helped. I made you come out here and help me every night. It's been almost 3 years now.
See, Daniel Morrissey says, remember the days when a neighbor kid would come over and learn what you know. We don't have much of that anymore. Kids don't have 1/8 the knowledge you both have. You know why we have knowledge? And I've said this so many times. Early in until I worked with a defense contractor when I was 52 years old. Until then.
Put on the press.
Until then, I made this much money. I was broke most of my life. So if I wanted something, I had to make it. I had to fix it myself. I learned to fabricate. I learned to take an old car and buy another old junk car and take all the pieces and parts. And it was like that my whole life. I wanted an airplane. I got my pilot's license. That was a tough one. It took forever for me to get my pilot's license because it was expensive. But then I wanted an airplane. I had about $10 to my name, So I had a friend that built. Larry says he's squinting. That's much more stable than you think it is.
Squint.
So
it's gonna be all right.
So I wanted an airplane. So I was hanging out with the guy that was building some home-built airplane.
This is hardly a high pucker factor procedure. Look, it's free. It's just push it on this.
So I built an airplane out of a lot of used parts and
Good. It's already moving.
and use tubing, cut off little pieces of tubing and weld them together. And like my longerons, my main tubing, I went and bought new tubing. But all the little stuff that I didn't care about was all welded together tubing. And I built a tubing frame. I bought aluminum, and I built a wing. And, I had I think I had $2,700 in that airplane. Single-place airplane. Flew it all over the country. And really had fun, But that's how I learned to build airplanes. That's how I learned to design airplanes. I didn't have anything, so I had to figure it out and make it.
You wanted it. You wanted it that fast.
Yep. So
that's how we're learning how to build engines. We get some old junk engines, take them apart, see what makes them tick.
Kim, I didn't know Kim then. I've only known Kim for 3 years, but Kim seems a lot the same way. She just knows how to, instead of buying a new one, she'll take something apart, and the next thing I know, it's working again.
You can go back. Well, yeah, you can go back to big full screen.
Larry says, "I'm eating the wooden chair beneath me watching this." I've operated that press so much, and everything. I know what she's doing, and it just works so well.
In my mind, this is the most boring.
Okay. I would switch the camera back the wrong time. I got a picture of Kim bending over.
Sorry.
And Daniel Morrissey says you have perseverance. You know what, Daniel? Your friend that showed you this channel, who's Inspector Bruce. Inspector Bruce was a good friend of mine 50 years ago in the Air Force, and then he ended up coming in here, and we met up again. And Daniel's a friend of his. So Inspector Bruce and I were both in the Air Force together, and we both worked on airplanes. And so we got to work on some top-notch stuff, Air Force airplanes. And I learned a lot there, and I worked with really good, expensive stuff. But it's the same kind of thing. I learned a lot there. But anything I wanted myself, man, I had to make it or build it. Dean Stevens says, my Malaysian Chinese friend says he eats everything on the order, including the chairs and tables. Wood. Buddy Carver, I will admit my son had a good time helping me put a water pump in my 65 Buick Wildcat. He needs to save his hands now. And Barrows, pressing the bearings off a International Scout rear axle, it snapped, shot across the shop, and stuck into the center block wall like an arrow. Now, when you're working with a press and you start working on something sketchy, you got to be really aware of that. And
engage safety squints.
John Wilburn says, "What are we pressing?" See that tool there, John? That is a thing that supports a rod. Can you put see? She slides that in there, so that part, the rod is supported by that thing. So you're not pressing on the piston; you're pressing against the rod. So she's pushing the wrist pins out of the piston.
It's a 318 that I built.
Yeah, it's a 318. It's an old 318. It's an old rebuild. It's already 30 over, but it's worn out.
It's not completely worn out, but
it's an old engine. It's got many, many miles on it, unknown how many.
I had to take it apart to inspect it because it got a little bit of water in it. And now I want to clean it up before I put it back together. It needs gaskets. We found it needs a timing cover.
Luis is taking off. Good night, Luis. Thanks for being here.
Good night, Luis.
I know it's late. Over there in Venezuela. You're like over time zones from us. Although it seems like you're south of us, you are southeast of us. Larry Furler says, John Wilburn. See how nicely that presses. So you watch now, it'll fly out of the press.
It'll make one pop and then it'll move free. There it goes.
Hear that? Now it's moving.
Now it'll just slide out. I put a little extra lube. Started putting a little power lube on them to get them loose, but
Sunnin. Some of you know who Sunnin is, some of you don't. But Sunnin has a company made machinery for machine shops, and they have a tool like this, but they don't make it anymore. You can't find them. I don't know. I can't find any of the damn things.
We made one for the Slant 6.
So we made one for the Slant 6, but it doesn't fit this piston. So Kim made another one that fits this piston. So
I have a lawnmower blade.
Yeah, we did a video on it. It says Kim presses or takes wrist pins out, removes wrist pins with a lawnmower blade.
I thought that was funny.
So it's pretty funny. Wendy's here, Wendy English. She is now Wendy English. She's Mrs. One-Eyed Cat. You know, Wendy, up above, there's Mexican Spec has it's pinned up above. It shows how to change your handle if you want to change it to match your channel name, because YouTube is rolling out these handles.
You can go back to full screen. I think I'm done with the press now.
YouTube is rolling out these handles. They say embrace it. They're slowly doing it with channels, and we were one of the first channels that got the handles. So, yeah. John Wilburn says, less sketchy than doing the wheel bearing taxes. Wheel bearing, probably axles on my van. He says the wheel bearing taxes. I hope there's no wheel bearing taxes.
Oh, there
because we'll be paying a lot of taxes. Let's see. Mexican Spec says pressing them back in is harder. Why?
Oh no, they're not hard to put in. Why would they be? I'll heat them up before I put them in. They'll slide right in, and then if they're a little bit out of alignment, we can press them back into perfect.
Who's this? LGODO, the Goda stuff. Man, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. You may want to go in and change your handle so it matches your
$4.79.
name. But he says if your alignment is right, it doesn't matter if it's a million pound breath. You're right. Wendy English, I was asking you to change your handle too. No, I'm not asking. I'm telling you if you want to, you can do that. I mean, I kind of like seeing Wendy because then I know it's Wendy. But Mrs. One-Eyed Cat was always Mrs. One-Eyed Cat. Well, she wasn't always Mrs. One-Eyed Cat. She was Don and Wendy English for a long time. They were two of them on the same channel. And then they became Don English and Wendy English, and then they became One-Eyed Cat and Mrs. One-Eyed Cat.
New failure piece just dropped. If you guys weren't here earlier when I showed this is the timing cover on that engine. And if you look at the corrosion right here,
that was about to fail.
That was very nearly failing, and this one is this one worse or better? This one's a little better. This one's really bad. And what there was a bunch of those little pieces of wire that get left over when they're done doing the sand casting, and they were all jammed up right here, and the iron being beside the aluminum made it pit really hard, and that would have leaked into the crankcase. You'd have thought you had a blown head gasket, or you would have just ruined it and not known.
Larry Furler says, John Wilburn, don't tell New Jersey to add taxes to wheel bearings. They'll do it.
They'll take them seriously.
Are you in New Jersey? I'm sorry if you are. Yep. New Jersey, I've been in New Jersey many times, and there are places in New Jersey I kind of like. But, man, they're almost as bad as California with the taxes. Man, Lexus Fest, when the new one comes in, Kim, please show us the quality of it. Are you getting the new one, Kim?
I ordered a new one. I ordered the cheapest one I could find off of eBay. So I don't know how bad it'll be. It can't be worse, I don't think.
Can't be worse than that.
It wrong. I mean, I don't know. We'll find out. I'll have to inspect it, make sure it's going to be safe to install. But
don't make excuses for New Jersey. The Barrow says, I have a 5-ton hydraulic 3-job bearing puller at work, pulling the bearings on the Milestone dirt separator last week. I had a bearing housing explode. Never did find all the pieces.
Ooh,
yeah. John Wilburn says, I would never live in New Jersey. John, have you ever been to New Jersey? I think you're pretty much a southern guy who is pretty much southern. I think he said he'd never been to New York City either.
New York City?
See, all these places, I like going to them, but I've chosen where I want to live. Yeah, Tennessee's pretty good. I think South Carolina, North Carolina, pretty good. I don't know. John's in Virginia. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Because, see, Virginia goes way up north, man. I mean, it's a southern state, but it goes way up north. And when I was living in Maryland, I was I was into Virginia a lot. it wasn't always my favorite place. Tony, next suspect. Tony was asking when you're going to come visit him. Oh, John Wilburn. He's asking John Wilburn now. We haven't been down to see Tony since the night we were tearing apart the four of us were down there tearing apart that 383. It was Dr. Art and UTG and Kim and myself.
Yeah, that was a fun time.
That was a fun night. Yeah. But I used to be down there once a week. I was down there doing lives with Tony. Did that for a year and a half.
In the old place, yeah.
But that's been years now. Let's see.
I'm sure you felt a hardened rear main seal.
Oh my God! I thought that was a ring.
It's a rear main seal.
That's a main seal. It feels like a piece of steel.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
That is. I was going to try to bend it a little bit because they're supposed to be soft. That feels like it's going to snap.
It's gotten pretty tough.
Kim.
Yeah.
I need to do two things.
Oh, do you want a break?
I need to take a break, and then on the way back in, I'm going to check on the fire.
The cam springs.
Okay, and One-Eyed Cat's here. Good evening. Radiator issue solved. Wendy said, get it record. It'll be new again, and we'll know. Hey, I'm interested what they're going to charge you for a record. You know, I really wanted to see the tank on that because I think it's a Modine replacement, but I'm not sure because you had so close up I couldn't see what the tanks were, but I could see what the drop seam looks like, and it wasn't a Recor. It was a factory radiator, but I just couldn't tell if it was a Mopar unit or a Modine, but I thought it was a Modine. So, man, if they're gonna Recor it, get it. Shouldn't tell you what to do, but they have. If you're doing it with somebody that knows their shit, they got different spacing on tubes and fins and thicknesses, and you don't have to go thicker. You can go a denser core, you know.
When you get back, I'm going to give you a job.
Okay. I'll be back. It's going to be a few minutes, Kim.
Okay. Do you want to take the walkie-talkie? No. You're not going that far. No. I think that fireplace is good. Modine, you'll thank me later. Okay. Barrows has a 5-ton hydraulic 3-jaw bearing puller at work. Ooh, pulling the bearings on the Milestone dirt separator last week had a bearing housing explode. Never did find all the pieces. That sounds terrifying. John Wilburn says I would never live in New Jersey. I guess I would figure out how if I had to, but I wouldn't. I have no desire to pursue that. That would give me anxiety nightmares. Rock hard would be a sign that it's been run very hot. Does it smell burnt? Not. Nah, there's the rest of the engine is okay. I mean, I've seen engines that have like that white truck. It has it's been run hot, like you could tell, you know. And no, this doesn't show any signs of abuse, just use. And it doesn't even show extreme wear. Like it seems like somebody changed the oil and stuff like that. It's just older, you know. He's being a little. It's got a little bit of give. It's not rock.
I have my gloves. Did you take my gloves somewhere?
Which gloves?
There was a pair of.
I may have. Yeah.
I found.
Okay. Be careful. That'll be really, really hot. Make sure you open the flue first.
I will. Well, the gauge is down.
Wendy says it's the only thing I'm getting for Christmas. Oh, I'm sorry. Go
What's
on.
the only thing she's getting for Christmas?
Probably the radiator.
A reclaimed radiator for her husband's car?
I mean, what else does he want, though? So I think it's okay. I think if he had to choose, he'd be okay with it.
Oh, that's all he's getting.
Mexican Spec says, I have a wife like that, too. He gets stuff for Christmas that's car stuff, and so do I. We buy our own gifts, generally. So I ordered the parts. I ordered the, do I want to do this? Do I want to spend money on this engine? But I think I do. I put a little time in. I'm going to dress the rods. When he gets over here, we're going to look at the pistons and see if anything. What engines are you rebuilding to put in what? It says LGO do stuff. Oh, go do stuff. Go do stuff. I have an 85 Dodge Dakota, single cab, short bed, with an 8 1/4 rear end in it. Right now, it has a 5-speed, 4-cylinder powered, whatever those K-car engines were, 2.5 or something like that we got running on the channel about a year and a half ago, I want to say, with Barrows helped us with, because the timing belt was messed up.
What does the 318 come out of?
I was told it came out of a guy's truck. But
it came out of
it
Marketplace.
came off of, yeah, it came out of
Marketplace.
It was hanging on a stand. They wanted to get rid of it because it was raining really bad and the tarp had blown off of it. And they're like, we want to sell it before it gets ruined. We know it got water in it today. It hasn't been sitting in it, but it got 2.2. I think it's the bigger one. I think it's the bigger one, but it could be the 2.2. But that's basically the engine family it is, Josh. And it's okay, but it's a nothing truck the way it is. All the wiring got ripped off of it. The computer is disconnected. I put the distributor from an old Volkswagen in it because it was a four banger. So I retrofit a distributor from a completely different engine. Mark Sauvé just ordered a 20-foot sea can today. If we got a 20-foot sea can, we would fill it up in a week. And we would still be buried in stuff.
What is this?
We need so much storage.
What is this? Sea can. Is that a like a shipping container?
Yeah, that's what they call them up north.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
It's a 2-wheel drive truck. For my 4-wheel drive vehicle, we just worked on a Bronco II. We actually spent about a year and a half. I got it running, the motor wasn't right, we fiddled with it and fiddled with it, and it still gave us grief, so we got a parts truck and yanked a different motor out of the parts truck and put it in the Bronco II. So that's in some of our previous videos if you want to go and look back. And then we just recently had the transmission out, and I put new, refreshed the valve body because that Bronco II had been underwater. But yeah, a little 4-wheel drive Bronco II.
Well, that Bronco II had been underwater.
Oh yes, it had definitely been underwater. Somebody got drunk and spent the night in the pond. Mark Sauvé says that'll be me in a week as well, Kim. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just have to buckle down, buy the storage. It's just because you're buried in it. I mean, all our shelves are stacked to the ceiling.
I want a couple of 20-footers or 40-footers. You know why we can't do that? We have the levels. There's nothing level here.
I mean, the spot with a swimming pool, but the problem with that is we could get a 20-footer there. But
that's a bad spot.
It is a bad spot. It's right up next to the house. It's too close to the road. You want to put them down by the tree row where the neighbors don't complain.
Everything here is our whole property's like this. Yeah. So
maybe right now where the car trailer is, but we would have to do something to level that because it would be sideways.
Everything has to be leveled.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to have a 40.
Well, we leveled some bays. There's a shed right beside here. That's how we unloaded this place. Anyways, yeah, the 2-wheel drive Dakota truck with a 318 would be a ripper. And the 8 1/4 axle, I guess it's not the strongest thing ever, but a 318, it should be fine. And it's pretty easy to get a Sure Grip locker kind of rear end. for an 8 1/4 rear end. So it would be a fun burnout truck. It's so light, it would just light the tires right up and never look back. I don't know what I'm doing for transmission. I have a 904, and I have a rebuild kit for it. It's already mostly disassembled, I think. I could just refresh that 904. I've got a 3-speed manual. What is that? An A230?
I don't know. You've got one that's a synchro in all 3 gears, and you got one that's.
I got one with a side cover one, and I got a top cover one. I don't like the way the top cover one shifts. It doesn't. You can't synchro back down into first. You have to stop before to go into first. I don't like that. I want a full synchro.
See, and I grew up with that, so it doesn't bother me. And Kim should come up to a stop sign just before the stop sign. She's don't do that, because I learned just not to go into first till you stop. But she didn't grow up with that. She's younger than me, so it drives her nuts.
For a burnout truck, I don't know. The A230 3-speed might be okay. It might be a place to use it, huh? Because I don't know where else I'd ever use it. I'm not going back to a manual transmission in my Dart. Or I could.
That Dart's so nice to drive now.
It is. It's comfortable. I might be able to use the 5-speed that's in the truck, but I'm guessing it's a really light duty 5-speed. It's behind a.
What's this now? The 5-speed in what?
That's in the Dakota.
Oh, I don't know. I forgot all about that.
Does anybody know what kind of 5-speed would be in a 1985 Dodge Dakota behind a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder? I'm guessing it's a really light-duty transmission. And maybe it would work with a 6-cylinder, but I would worry that if I put it behind a V8 and try and do burnouts, I'm just going to break it. I don't know. It's a light vehicle. It's still a light vehicle, so that. Or I could go 904. I don't think I need to go. I have a 727, but I don't think I need that at all. I think that's just dead weight to drag a 727 around.
You don't need a 727 unless you're running huge horsepower.
Or a heavy vehicle.
Or a heavy vehicle.
Yeah, but a Dakota with a 318, a factory component 318.
After knowing John Wilburn and John Cope, I've learned that a 904 is anything we're going to do.
Yeah,
plenty.
Very underrated.
Very underrated.
All of those FJM cars, like the early 80s Mopars, they all ran in the lockup version of the 904.
Yeah, doing a burnout and then it hooks, that'll break it.
Yeah. I don't know. I need to do something. I need to have something to do while stuff comes in and out of the shop. And this was sitting there like spoiling, honestly. It needed taken apart and cleaned. It is nothing but block. All it's doing is just taking up space and being annoying. I'm like, why don't I try and build that? Let's see what I can learn. And right now, I ordered Hastings 30 over rings to put in to replace the ones that are there, so they'll be fresh. We're going to reuse those pistons so far that I know. And I'm going to lighten the crankshaft. I'm going to dress up the rods, clean them up nice.
Little balance work.
Yeah. The bearings, all the main bearings are okay. The thrust bearing, you see, you have to buy a set. So the thrust bearing's a little bit scuffed in some place. I'm not sure. On the main bearings, I don't know. The rod bearings, I don't know. They're pretty good. They're broke in for sure. Nothing wrong with the 904. They are super light. I almost broke my nose picking mine up because I'm used to GM and overbuilt Fords.
You know, I was just watching John Cope.
Here, trade me shares.
I was just watching John Cope doing a 904 and a 727 case.
Oh yeah.
So it bolts up to a big block. They're using the 727 case, but it's plenty transmission to drag race, you know. So it uses a lot less power. You're not wasting a lot of power trying to run a transmission. So that's how much faith they have in a 904 guts.
Part of what we use. Next thing he wants to build motor-wise.
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I think the next motor that we maybe build is your 318 poly.
We got the 318 poly. We have the aluminum car we want to do. We have the.
We don't have to do any engine building for the aluminum car.
No,
it's already good.
No, and we have the Valiant Ute we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have a lot of projects.
I got the turbo manifolds for the Dart.
Internet says Mitsubishi KM132 transmission came in that Dakota.
Pretty sure it's a 5-speed. I've never driven the truck very much. From here to the other side of the property.
Can't remember because you never had it out of first or second gear.
Yeah, second gear, But I think it's a 5-speed. Is that transmission any good? Go do stuff? I don't know.
Go do stuff. Go do stuff.
The other thing
I
is... I
didn't know how to pronounce that, and you figured it out.
I don't know if I can... you know what? I do know. I'm sure I can adapt the bell housing from that transmission to... I have a small block bell housing I could probably use. I don't know.
Well...
That's a slant 6. I think the small block one's sitting outside in the rain.
You know who knows how to adapt anything to anything? Shane Polito.
Drill?
No, he's got all those drawings.
Oh, does he?
How to make one adapter to another thing to another thing.
I don't know. I might just pay somebody to make it. So, I wanted to see, these are made to have valve recesses. And I was wondering how thick this is. Can we lighten this piston at all?
After you get the rings off and they're clean, let's weigh them and see what they are and see if they're all the same weight.
I might be able to take some of this out. This is so that you can put C-clip wrist pins in it.
I don't know.
I might be able to take that off. How much am I going to save, though?
Not much.
Right?
And you don't know what you're doing to the... somebody engineered that. You don't know what they did.
They don't care.
Is that steel in there?
It does have steel in there, yeah.
There's steel in that piston.
It's heavy. This piston is... With the rings, it says it is 660 grams. And I want it to be lighter. With a plasma cutter and a welder, anything will fit. That's right.
Buddy Carfon says I'm an old Turbo 400. Yeah, I remember one time, one of those big old clamshell tailgate station wagons, Pontiac. I was working at night by myself in a shop, and that wagon needed a transmission. I had it up on 4 big, hefty jack stands. I was underneath that thing, and I had a used transmission. I managed to get that Turbo 400 out onto my chest. Rolled it off my chest, dragged it out from under the car, dragged the next one in with the torque converter in, got it up on my chest, and put it up like this in the back, and I got it onto the pins, and then I got one bolt started so it wouldn't come off the pins. It's like, oh man,
that's terrible.
That was tough, but I got it up in there. I had that car running that night or during the morning sometimes.
Remember when we were young and did crap like that? What were we thinking?
See, I had all these old. This is Master Break says, "Y'all rock. Thanks for having me. Thanks for being here."
Glad you're here.
I had some old cars, and I camouflaged them all, painted them all green and gray and blotches, everything, painted over all the chrome. And on the back, I put Old Sarge Rent-A-Car. And then on the other, that was like stenciled on one side of the trunk. And the other side stenciled was some girl's name. And the wagon was Wendy, and I had another one that was Carolyn, and all these. And I used to rent them out to people until I had an insurance problem. Couldn't do it anymore. But that was one of those Old Sarge Rent-A-Cars, was that big old Pontiac wagon. You're measuring something. I don't know what this doing. She's measuring something. Looks like you're measuring it really crooked there, Tim. What are you trying to do? That's crooked as hell.
Which way? Oh, yeah, yeah. Freaking on.
Um, yeah, old Sarge rent a car. My insurance man called me one day. You go, hey, you're not really renting those cars out, are you? I go, yeah. He goes, you can't rent those out. Your insurance, yeah, because I had like second car, third car, fourth car, fifth car, sixth car on my personal insurance, because your insurance isn't going to cover if you're renting those out. I said, oh man, okay. So what do I do? Uh, how do we get the insurance that'll work? Well, he couldn't even find anything. So I knew a guy in the Air Force that did high risk insurance, and they could do it for me, but they were it was so expensive that it just ruined the business. So I just sold the cars. I had a Maverick, a 6-cylinder Maverick. I think it was a 250. Could have been a 200, but I think it was a 250 6-cylinder. And the woman that was renting it, she was one of these nurses that works at a hospital for like 6 weeks or 10 weeks or something, and then travels to another hospital. So she was there. She was there for a week, and then brought the car back. It was running terrible. Number 3 spark plug was all fouled. So I cleaned it out, swapped some spark plugs around, it ran smooth again. About a week later, she's back again. She goes, it's running terrible. So I said, she wanted to keep that car for a while. And she says, I said, if you can, just bring it in some weekend or when you have some days off, and I'll fix it. So she brought it in and left it with me for a couple of days. I pulled the head off of it. The cross member on those things unbolts. So I unbolted the cross member, pulled the pan off. Number 3 piston, I pulled it out, and the rings were broken, and the cylinder was kind of, it wasn't perfectly straight. I could feel it wasn't straight, but I ran down through that bore with a dingleberry hone, with a ball hone, just honed the shit out of it, and I knew it wasn't straight. And I put one set of rings, used some cast iron rings on one piston, put it all back together, put the head on it, start up, it ran great, and you know what? It never fouled the spark plug again. I couldn't believe it, So, yeah, good old 250 Ford 6-cylinder. And people tell you not to use the dingleberry hones and everything, and it is not a good way to do things. But I was amazed that worked because I could feel the cylinder wasn't straight. But Hastings cast iron rings, it seated, it worked.
Did the job.
And I kept renting it to her for a while until the insurance thing, and she liked the car enough, she bought it from me. I think she moved to Maine from California. I think she drove it back to Maine.
Dang.
But Carfano says, I might have built that 318 parts scrounged together, built many engines that way, not good, but they ran. Yeah, if you're careful with old junk and you know where failure points are, you can make a sketchy engine run pretty good. It's when you do stuff that's too sketchy, like pressing on a piston and distorting a piston. That's not right. Or when you see something bad, like a bearing that's like Kim seeing that thrust bearing. Yeah, not that she's a little bit worried about it. Very good. Kent Dean, I'll be in some Alphabet. I don't know what that place is for the Blowpipe Festival. I don't know what that is. Sounds interesting. Oh, man. Barracuda's here. Granddad's junk. Oh, man.
Isn't there a dot that's supposed to go up on these pistons?
A dot that's supposed to go up? Oh, on the rings?
Yeah, on the
rings.
rings.
Good luck finding them. Yeah, I don't know.
Was it one time?
Who knows? Who knows what brand of rings those are if they put them on? Look at the way the rest of that engine was built.
It was slapped together.
It was slapped together anyway. Yeah,
it wasn't bad. I mean,
pistons and nothing matched the.
It obviously ran because they from the amount of carbon, it was running for a long time.
Oh, somebody ran that engine out after it was put together with all mismatched
The
crap.
story is the old man said the truck ran really good. He was having problems with the transmission. That's why the engine came out, because the guy died while he's waiting on the transmission shop.
Barrels from the factory, they had tolerances you could dang near measure with a tape measure.
Yeah,
Going stock spec, you have a lot of wiggle room.
yeah.
You know,
We're not trying to
I'm-
build a super high performance engine, but a 318 will be a lot of fun in a little vehicle.
there's a lot of things that you know are that can break an engine. You just don't do those things.
Well, yeah, and when you're building an engine for somebody else and you don't know, you'll never see them or the engine again, taillight warranty, it's going to get slapped together. Or if you're running an engine for the demo derby and you just know it's going to get run one night, smashed all up, you never know what other people's
If
intentions
I built
were.
an engine for somebody else, you can bet it didn't have any sketchy shit.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
well, like when I
But
did
if
that, when I
somebody
did
started
that,
complaining price, no, I don't want to do it. I'll take the chances.
when I did that Maverick, it was sketchy shit, but that was my car,
Yep.
It ended up after she drove it for a while like that, and it was okay. She bought it from me.
Yeah, but if it would have blown up, it would have been on
It
you.
would have been my problem. And that's another thing. If you have a paying customer and you have a problem with the car, man, they're first in line. You take care of them. You do whatever it takes to get that car up to what it's supposed to be. Take care of the comebacks. And I didn't have many of them, but when I did, I'd take care of them. Unless it's something that wasn't my fault. I had a woman one time with a Datsun Z car, probably 240Z. It was an older car.
Yeah.
It was probably bumping up on 10 years old, and it had some kind of a coolant leak. I fixed the coolant leak. I think it was a hose. Well, she was back in there in no time, and that thing had 3 carburetors, and there's one of the fuel lines going to the carburetor. It's leaking fuel. She's mad as hell at me because she just had me fix the leak, and now it's leaking.
Oh,
well,
don't tell that whole
it
story.
was leaking. I'm not going to tell the whole story, but it was leaking coolant when she brought it to me, which I fixed. When she brought it back, it was leaking gasoline. Well, no, I'm not going to fix that for free, So,
sometimes you even do.
but if it came in with the same hose leaking that I replaced, you can bet that would have been first in line and fixed. And yeah. Dean Stevenson says, anyone in said good alphabet, capital of Honduras. Oh, that's the capital of Honduras. Isn't in Guatemala. Dr. Rapata. What the heck? Dean Stevenson sometimes talks. What the hell did I miss? Can't Dean, I'll be there in that place. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, you pulling the rings off.
Yeah, I mean, I got to clean the lands
Yeah,
off.
you got to clean the. Yeah, and that's what you do with the old rings. You break a ring and clean the ring lands out. Does anybody know that? I'm sure some people know that.
They
But
know.
some people don't know. You snap a ring off and that becomes the ringland cleaner.
They know. Don't. This ain't their first rodeo. They're just watching to see.
Well,
if
a lot of
doing
these
it right.
people are way ahead of us on this.
Yeah,
and a lot of these people have never had an engine apart. So I just
some
talk about it.
people like engine disassemblies. Oh yeah, these ring lands dirty. See this engine has some use.
Oh, it has a lot of use on it.
I hope they bored these bores straight. I guess with 30 over, they probably had to use a machine to get it up to 30 over.
Could have been.
Do you want to look at this?
Copan is awesome. Masturbate says Copan is awesome.
Is that a place?
I don't know. Oh. Well, if people choose not to be mechanical, they can pay. Yeah, and they end up paying. Sometimes they end up paying. Who was the worst customer you had in your shop? Oh my God!
Don't even tell that story. Horrible.
Well, there's two I can remember that are actually kind of funny because I used to take care of people, but every once in a while somebody would piss me off. You know, I had a guy come in one time. It was summertime, hot as hell. I had cars all over the place. I'm really busy, and some guy came in with a little. It was a Datsun 510. This is years ago, and he had a leak. So I go out there and open up the hood. So I'm holding the hood up, and the filler neck has come loose from the top of the tank. Well, I don't even have to pull the radiator. All I got to do is heat that up, pull the filler neck off, tin it up, put the filler neck back on, and that's it. It's an easy job. And I just thought, I'll just do it for the guy quickly, you know. And now you got to remember, this was in the early 80s. So I said to him, yeah, I can do it right now. It's $5. And I had a competitor across town. And he says, you know, the guy across town will do it for $4. I mean, I'm this busy, and I'm going to do it for $5. You know, I'm almost giving him the job, you know. And the guy across town will do it for $4. And I was holding the hood. I just dropped it. Wham! The hood shut. And I said, I suggest you take it to him. And I walked away. And I get back in my shop, back to what I'm doing. I look at him. He's just standing there by his car. Well, I knew darn well my competitor wouldn't do it for $4. He's just trying to get me to come down another $1. Yeah, I'm doing a job for $5. He's trying to get me cheaper. I had so much work. I was going to be there till 10 or 11 o'clock that night anyway. So I just left him standing there. That's not a good customer.
So,
okay.
that there is a slanty 60.
Oh.
That there is your 318. And you get 6 of these, and you get 8 of these. So, I'm excited because I'm used to this. This should be very...
But this goes up and down the bore further.
A little bit.
What's the stroke on a slant? 6?
Oh, no.
4 something? 4. It's a long stroke.
It is. These rods are...
I said something the other night I think surprised Kim. I said, you know, at 3,000 RPM, that piston changes directions 100 times per second. She's like, 100 times per second? I go, yeah, do the math. It changes direction 400 or 100 times per second. And at $6,000, it's 200 times per second. Is that piston really going up and down the bore, or is it just vibrating? That's a lot of movement. I'm surprised they stay together for 1 minute.
Hard to believe.
And they stay together for hundreds of thousands of miles. Of course, they don't change direction abruptly. It's kind of a slow change, but it's still...
I mean, it's a pretty... If you're doing it that many times, it's got to get abrupt.
Stilimo, Aussie Invasion, just finished putting a new radiator in the Ute.
Congratulations.
What kind of radiators? A Chinese aluminum one, or did they make radiators in Australia, or did you record? Or just curious, because I'm a radiator guy. Because for years and years, I built brass and copper radiators, but they are like really hard to. They're just crazy expensive now. It's not what I do anymore. People just normally buy the cheaper Chinese ones, including us. We've done it. And that's what we're running in our cars, sadly. Oh, man. Oh, the ones we have work really well. You're running your Dart. You're running... I got the hiccups. I'm sorry. You're running that... I guess it's like a 67 Chevy 2 radiator. Big, wide radiator in the Dart.
Yeah.
And then I'm running... it came with my car. Somebody replaced it. It's just a standard size Ford Crossflow.
I remember that word.
Just a standard Ford. Okay,
We're talking about.
I'm running a different radiator. Go ahead.
It seems like a lot of radiator for your car though, and it stays nice and cool even on the hottest days. Man, we found out if we could make it through the hot days in traffic, sitting on the way to Sykeston, we hit a pile up and just sat in sweltering heat, idling. Man, and you were running your air conditioning couldn't handle it.
Oh, yeah, I had to turn it off. I had to turn it off. Yeah, it was, and it wasn't the car overheating. It was the air conditioning just wouldn't keep up, so I just shut it off. Yeah, we sat in a traffic jam for 2 hours and 12 minutes, just on the interstate, just sitting there. I was ready just, if that the center divider had like a big ditch. If that ditch hadn't been there, I would just turn around and gone home. I was so mad. I had enough, And, yeah, once we got through it, I was glad we went to No Name Nationals.
They're talking all about, what are they talking about, all these different places?
Okay, cheap aluminum radiator, fully welded. Some have epoxy, probably China. Yep. Those ones that I've had one bad one from China, and it was in my Corvette, and the inlet right away leaked, right where that inlet went into the tank, and it didn't leak real badly, but it was an annoyance. And other than that, I've had pretty good luck with them.
They're okay.
Yeah, and they're all welded. Yeah, and of course they've got epoxy holding the fins in. Going to French Guiana, Bolivia. 50 long says, I'm happy with my welded aluminum. Yeah, they're good enough.
They're okay. Like, mine has like oversized tanks, which helps a little bit. More volume, but seems like it has lots of flow. I don't know how it'll do with corrosion, but, time will tell, I guess.
Buddy Carpon says, worst customer I remember had us replace a battery, not the alternator. Came back next day screaming we sold her a bad battery. When you recommend things to customers and they don't do what you say, they just think you're trying to rip them off, and then their shit doesn't work. I don't know. That's one of the reasons I got out of the automotive repair business. I got so tired of being the bad guy. At the time I was doing that, it was all over the news on TV almost every night what crooks auto repair people were. Mechanics were all crooks. So people they're already pissed off when they bring their car to you because their car's broken, first of all, and then they got to take it to a crook to have it fixed. And they know you're a crook because they've been told that every night on TV. And it was just a fight, And I never sold people stuff they didn't need. And if something went wrong, I took care of it. I had a pretty good following, and I had word of mouth customers, but still, it was a fight. This is welcome to the penal colony of French Guiana. Escape is impossible. Guyana and Suriname, the fourth territory, French Guiana. It's also the north borders of Brazil. I don't know what they're talking about. That's where they go for vacation?
I think so, yeah.
You guys go to South America for your vacation? Really? Man, if I was in Australia, I'm trying to think what's close there. Australia and New Zealand. I'd be going to Thailand, or probably going to Thailand, because that's an interesting place.
What are we bringing in here next?
I don't know.
Put this back. I don't need it. Or maybe I do need it.
Go do stuff. Midas did you in. Midas did you in.
You need a short for tomorrow.
Oh, God, I didn't do a short. What time is it? Oh, my God.
I'm
late. Oh, I forgot all about it. Oh, I got to do a short, like, fast, and get it up fast. X-Spec says, it's my fault. I asked Dean a question. Oh, okay. You asked Dean a question, and Dean came through with something crazy. Okay, Kim. What are you doing here I can capitalize on? Nothing. What am I going to do?
I got some pistons.
Yeah, but I can't think of something to do with pistons. I can do this. I can try to snap. You're not going to use this, are you?
It's not going to snap. It's not that hard.
It's not hard enough to snap? Well,
It's got metal in it.
oh, it's got metal in it? Okay, that won't snap. Oh, somebody come up with an idea for a short really quick. What can I do? What can I do?
I've been
Working on people's daily sucks. The majority of them want it done ultra cheap and last forever, or worse, they bring their own parts. People bring their own parts. I go, I'll install them, but there's no guarantee. No guarantee? Why not? Because you bought the parts. They're your parts already. You bought them somewhere else. If they have problems, take them back there. Yeah, but then you'll charge me twice to put them in. Yeah, no shit.
And that's what I don't want to do.
Guys, I'll be live on Saturday, 3 p.m. Pacific time. Oh, 3 p.m. That's right. Your time change is all different. Oh, we're coming up on that time of the year. Kim, what are we gonna do? What am I gonna talk about? Pistons. These are pistons. Oh man, Kim Scale for short. Oh yeah, the scale story. I don't have time to tell this, but I'll tell it. I had a triple beam balance. You know what that is? I used to weigh all my aircraft parts, and I'd be measuring stuff down to grams to try to take weight out of an airplane. If I could take 20% out of a part, that means I've taken 20% out of the airplane. If I can do that to every part. So I get stopped by the police one night, and I got that triple beam balance in the back of a Fairmont wagon, and I got a bunch of airplane parts back there. And the cops in there with a flashlight looking in the windows. Goes, what do you got all that stuff for? What is that stuff? I said, it's airplane parts. What are you doing with airplane parts? I said, I make airplane parts. You make airplane parts? Airplane parts come from like the Magic Airplane part maker in the sky or something. He just can't imagine, wrap his head around that a person does that. And then he sees that triple beam balance. Now he knows I'm a drug addict, And this cop really gives me hell. Well, you know what I did? I got rid of that scale. Sadly. I gave it away, probably to some drug addict. But, you go through. People improperly use the tools. So that's why I don't want to show the scale.
Where did this come from?
Somebody gave that to us.
Do you know what it is?
It's for a Plymouth something. Show it. See if anybody knows. You're short of having the right compressor for a shop. I don't have the right compressor. Show it. What's this for?
Who gave it to us?
Somebody gave us that at No Name Nationals, and I don't remember. I'm sure it's for a Plymouth.
It says made in Canada.
Made in Canadistan.
Canadistan.
Okay, Kim, what do I do? Tell me what to do about this.
What is there to say? We're moving on.
I already did the device.
We're moving up in the world. We did.
I forgot about it. Now I got to do it in a hurry.
No, you don't. You just have to do it. If it's 5 minutes.
Okay. I know what I'm going to do. I am going to be over here. You're going to be over here, and I'm going to show our live.
We've done that like 5 times.
Not in a short way.
Yeah.
I'll do it again.
Okay. Let me tuck this up a little bit.
Okay.
And let me also turn.
Don't change things. I want to just do it the way it is.
It's good enough. I have to turn that light out because it'll flash the freaking.
Okay, so I'm going to be here, and I'm going to show like this what our live looks like, okay?
What's the call to action?
I got it. Okay.
Ready.
Buff Del Campo here. Here we are in the middle of a live show in the shop. Our Thursday night. We do Thursday and Saturday nights in the shop. And I want to show you what I look at. I look at this, which I can see Kim and myself on that screen there. And over here on this big screen is all the chat. See everybody talking there. Barrows and John Wilburn and Mexican Spec and everybody else. Hippie Long, Mark Sauvé, everybody. But anyway, what I'd like to do is invite everybody into our live shows Tuesday nights earlier and Thursday and Saturday nights in the shop. We really have a good time in here.
Okay.
What do you think? What's everybody think?
Hi, everyone.
Mexican Spec saying hi to everyone. Have great show.
Big waves. Well, we could do it again. Everybody fill the chat with emotes.
A live show in the shop. Okay. Kim, can you take care of the
Yeah, I
Th-
walked
this
away
while
because I couldn't even talk because you're sitting
while
right
I'm
there
while
on
I'm
top
doing this?
of us with
While I'm
that
doing
phone.
this, can you take care of the chat?
I can talk to people.
Why did this happen? Why did this happen? What's happening here?
I don't know, but
I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, I figured it out.
it belongs. But smell. What's making trouble? The problem is that there's a delay from what they are doing and when we see it. There is a little delay. It's not a big delay, and we don't set a delay. It's just
Well,
takes.
it's different. I've listened to a live on my phone and on there when I'm walking around the house. They're sometimes 5 seconds apart. It's really weird.
Yeah, it depends on the device you're on and your network and what kind of mood YouTube is in. Dean says I set up vast AI code factories in the West just to cope with them. Green square bone wave
What?
music. I don't know.
Dean's usualism kind of.
The laws are screwed up, Mexican sec says. Be safe and fly in. Okay. Yikes.
Did I close that? I guess I did.
You did not close it. It's just. Oh, that.
I accidentally closed
You
something.
might have closed it.
Okay, so I'm going to have this screen jacked up here
I
for a
don't
few
need
minutes.
that screen.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Nobody cares anything. They're talking about their vacation plans. Nobody cares anything about what we're doing in the shop tonight. They just want to talk. Mark Sauvé says, I'm getting a C-can because we moved from a house with a 30 by 30 garage to a basement apartment at my daughter's house with no garage. Need somewhere to put all my stuff. Oh, wow. Well, you're lucky if you have a place to park a C-can because otherwise you'd have to get like a storage unit, and those can get really expensive.
I'm jealous. I want a C-can. I never heard anybody call it a C-can, but now that I know what it is, yeah.
Connex trailer. I think I was running a bit behind, but by the way, Kim, that looks like a 70 to 72 Duster Valiant hubcap. Thank you. Somebody was paying attention. I don't think anybody else said it.
Maybe that's why it was given to me, because of the
it might be the
72
right
Valiant
for
72 Valiant. Yeah. And they thought we had some other ones. I don't know. Maybe we do, but I don't think we have some more of that one. But we've got it. You know what we should do with that is hang it up like with the Studebaker or something, or with one of the, make it a decoration. I like that decoration.
Well, C-can isn't exactly cheap either. I think they're about $2,000 here, and then more to have delivered. Well, 20-footer.
They give you a price delivered around here. Yeah.
It's probably closer to $3,000, which is something else. Mexican Sex says we all said it. Okay, then everybody gets the points. Dean says John Wilburn told us. And Mexican Spec knows a 70s wheel cover. See, that doesn't look like the right thing for that car, but I believe that it is, but something in my mind doesn't tell me that it is. Hippie Long says, well, you're kind of doing nothing in the shop. It is a slower night. We're working on motor stuff.
Yeah, the motor doesn't take up so much room as the car.
Yeah.
And we've been pretty intense trying to get things done and driving and getting out of here. And tonight it's a little lighter. It's kind of nice.
It's a light night, actually. Yeah. It's good though. We need that sometimes. Mark says, besides the value of your items in a storage unit start to weigh against the cost of the unit. It becomes cheaper just to get rid of your stuff. And
Never.
At a point down the road. Sometimes it does. Depends on what kind of stuff it is, but yes. If it is replaceable, consumable items.
You know how many things I've gotten rid of that I just wish I hadn't? You know. Oh, I want my I got to bring that file up here, the one I copy.
Mexican spec says, yeah, but people don't think of that when they rent the unit. Right, right. And everybody thinks, well, it'll only be for a certain amount of time or it'll be short or whatever. But then, moving things all around and everything can be a lot of work. So sometimes people, they think it's going to be one way, but it turns into something else. Hippie Long says, take 2 containers, put them 15 foot apart, weld some trusses, cover, voila, storage, and a garage. Well, in some places you can do that.
We don't have enough. We don't have enough flat.
We don't have enough flat to
Flats,
do that.
we don't have enough.
Yeah.
We're in a hilly. Our property's all little, like, yeah, undulating mess.
And in some places, you're not zoned. You're not
Well,
allowed to build a big structure like that.
I've seen people take 2 40s and then put 40s this way, so you had room underneath. Then you got 40s going that way upstairs. Man.
Mexican spec says, cars I bought for $5 US are worth gold today.
Yeah, no kidding.
Really?
I used to buy. I bought a car. The cheapest I ever bought a car was I bought a '56 Ford 2-door sedan for $7.50.
Wow.
But the engine was broken, and it actually had a redone seat in it. It wasn't bad. It was pink and white.
But he says, I always need it 2 days after I open another window and copy and paste out of the other one.
I can't do that with this, and I'll explain it later.
Okay.
But it won't do that.
Okay.
It won't do it from here to another one of those. It just doesn't
What
work.
happens when you get 106 mile per hour winds? The guy who sold me the wheels that are on the Bronco II, he said that he had a massive building. It was like 4 times the size of this and double the height. And he said, I got this building. The guy paid me to haul it away because the wind blew it down twice on his property. He moved it there and set it back up, and he hasn't had any problems. Different area, a little bit different area. They couldn't keep the wind from blowing the building down. 106 mile an hour winds. Wow. That take your roof off. Buff said never. I was paying for a storage unit for over 5 years for a washer, dryer, fridge, and stove, and other miscellaneous items.
On that room.
After that long,
that's too much.
They sent the appliances to the scrap. Oh man.
Yeah, that doesn't pay off. But
well, that was like when the Jeep was up there in Maryland, and we had to go up and get it, not because we really needed a Jeep, but because we had to get it out of the storage because it was costing a fortune.
Costing a fortune to keep it stored. And there was a lot of stuff in there.
Mexican Spec bought a Lincoln Mark V for $5. It had a good engine and transmission. Wow.
This just takes forever for up here, and I don't know why.
Oh, I don't know. Give it some time to spiral.
Spiraling.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like a snail up here trying to load this. I don't know why. Everything else is so fast. Everything up here is just quick. Except this. Doesn't like this.
Well, just leave it go for now. It doesn't. Give it 5 or 10 minutes. It doesn't.
Well, except I want to bump it up. I want to get it up because it's time. And
that was a strong wolf puffing and puffing the building down. It's fine. 5 minutes one way or the other doesn't. Maybe it might even be better 5 minutes late.
You never know. Well, I'll come over to here and we'll watch.
Mark Sauvé says I have to put the grandson, a.k.a. the thief, on the bus tomorrow morning.
Thief?
Uh-oh, he did something wrong.
Oh, man.
Well, don't be too hard on him, but make sure he learns his lesson. I don't know how to.
Just let it load and come back later. Yeah, but
he wants it up now.
It's midnight. If I wait later than this, I don't get any hits on it,
Yeah, he usually means to have it up earlier. This is why
I just made a mistake.
He's like a child. I told him, you don't want to wait till the last minute.
I forgot.
You didn't forget. We got it figured out.
Yeah, we remembered it just on time. Almost just on time.
I think we should be done. It's been 2 hours. Why don't we say goodnight, end the stream? The short
Because I
will
don't
be up.
want to end the stream yet. I want to get this up, and then people
You
can
want to
see
keep
it.
talking to people?
I don't know. I don't know. You're done, aren't you?
Well, I'm trapped here.
You're trapped here.
We're not working on anything. I can't make any
Well,
noise.
what about your engine working on?
It's all our fault for distracting. Yes, Mexican Spec. We blame you specifically.
I'm just gonna go back to the house and eat when I shouldn't be eating. See, this is what I turn on when we get super chats.
Josh Oman
But we didn't have any super chats. I can't remember.
usually loads up during the 3 a.m. hour. Does that work at all?
What I was doing was, timing them at different times and watching the average views. And I was doing it 5 o'clock in the morning our time. That worked okay. Sundays I noticed like 11 or noon or something works okay. But the best time I ever got was I do it at midnight our time zone, Central, and it kind of gets a lot right away, and then it hits again about 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. It gets another like group of them, but that seems to be the best I can do. But I don't know. My dog ate my shorts.
Ooh.
I look over there and I see that.
Says sorry but doesn't mean it. He stole my wife's old cell phone. Doesn't have any consequences for his actions. Well, see, it's usually good to not just have negative. There also has to be like a positive. Like, if you're doing good in school, you get things. And if you're stealing things, we catch you stealing things, then your privileges are suspended. But if you're good, you get them back. So, like, that's usually how grounding works, or how, like, video game privileges or stuff like that. But I don't know what he values. You almost threaten him. I don't know. Parenting is very difficult, and people have various philosophies on it.
Sitting there with that much to go.
Well, it's not
And if
done.
you're sitting there,
And I don't.
there. Now it's doing something else, processing.
It won't take long to process. It's only a minute long.
I don't know why it takes so long up here. It's got to go through another circle, but that circle usually goes quicker. Oh, this is painful up here. Up there. It just went, didn't it? It did.
Did. There you go. It's probably up. He busted his tablet many times. He's busted television a few times,
It still
etc.
says checking.
Oh, I see.
What's this
So
done?
he's damaging his own devices, and then since he doesn't have one, he's trying to get one.
This is television. Televisions. Oh, man.
I'm sorry. It's going to be a process for him to learn how to moderate his behavior to where there's not. Oh,
Okay, I think it just went up. So, what do I need to do now? I need to go over here and go to,
that's right. Go do stuff. It's the bits. It's all those bits.
shorts. Check my shorts. There it is.
Eat my shorts.
Look at that. Resolution isn't all the way good already. Okay, I'm going to shut that off because I can see it's there.
There you go.
And then I can look at it here to see that. And I can pull that out of the way and I can put this back up.
French adjacent.
Okay, so the short is up.
Shorts are, yeah.
What time is it? So it's up 6 minutes late. I guess that's not too bad. I need to put him to work until he cries uncle. Sorry, I'm really old school. How old is he? Like it's any of my business. You don't have to tell me.
Yeah, and it's not our business, but
Get him an Etch-a-Sketch. Here, watch TV on this. You remember Etch-a-Sketch? You ever have an Etch-a-Sketch? You know what that is, Kim?
yeah.
I don't know. You're young, way younger than me. When I was a little kid, man, I wanted an Etch-a-Sketch, and my parents said, no. I wanted one so bad. I was like, no.
Make him join the French Foreign Legion. I don't know if it's that serious yet. Smacked you with a wooden spoon.
My mother used to hit us with a wooden spoon. Whap, on the butt. That wooden spoon looked like it was this big, and now I look at wooden spoons, they're not that big. But I was little. She, not on our bare butt, but just on our pants. Whap. Enough that it was like, better not do this. The other thing she do is she on the phone. That was back when the phone was attached to the wall, so she couldn't go anywhere. And we start cutting up when she's on the phone, and she wouldn't be able to do anything about it. And she had Reader's Digest. Remember little magazines called Reader's Digest? She had a stack of them by the phone. She'd pick up one of those Reader's Digests and whoosh, throw it at us across the room. It'd come across the room spinning, and it would open up like a bird, fall to the ground. Sometimes she'd hit us with it, usually not. Man, when that happened, we knew when she got off the phone, we were in trouble. Yeah.
Mark Sauvé, I agree that the sooner that you address it and set that boundary and establish that like this behavior is not okay and that there's consequences and that there's we still love you, but you can't act in this way.
So he's taken off.
But okay, good night.
Okay, good night.
I hope it goes well.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Good luck
being
with that.
here.
Let's see if I got any hits on this, and then I'll know it's up if I see hits. No hits.
Nobody cares about
you. One, and that's me.
At midnight, people just ain't here looking for your short.
Yeah, everybody's sort of bailing out of here anyway.
Are they?
Go do stuff. My mom used paint stirrers.
Uh-oh.
Paint stirrers. Yeah, that's not real big. That's not. Yeah.
Put your hand out. Just tell me it's not big.
Oh, hit you on the hand. Oh, that does that kind of sting.
Sting.
Yeah, paint stirrers. We have paint stirrers. Yeah. I never hit you with a paint stirrer.
Go do stuff since I saw myself on there. There you go.
Oh, you just watched it.
Buddy Carfana says 1960 for Tuesday. That's right. In the studio show on Tuesdays, we're in the studio at 7, and we have a green screen and we show pictures. And we ask viewers to send their favorite, best or worst or anything automotive adjacent photos in to buffdelcampo@gmail.com, and we will talk about them. Hopefully you'll be there, and we'll talk about the things that you send when you're there. But it starts the discussion. It kind of gives us something to come back to if we get too off track. And we have a lot of fun. We go for a couple of hours. So if you can't be there at 7, you can come at 8. Sometimes we even go 3 hours. I don't know.
Josh Holmes says, I read Reader's Digest for years. Everyone from about 40 onwards remembers them. Art remembers those. Art.
They were around.
They still have them?
Yeah. Oh, now? I don't know.
I don't know if they're still around.
Yeah, you got them in the mail.
I always read Reader's Digest.
Quarterly, and they were.
My mother got them. So, of course, I'd read them. They're laying around. It's interesting stuff.
That's right. Mexican Spec will be on Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific to talk about newer Mexican cars and trucks.
Oh, newer ones. You're doing newer ones again?
That's what he said.
If anybody wants to be bored, why don't you mix them up a bit? I don't know.
He's mixing them up.
It was kind of fun.
Give them a break.
It was kind of fun watching the newer ones, but it's really good seeing the ones you have for sale.
Do what works for you, Mexican.
Go do stuff says, I read them in the bathroom.
Yeah.
What's Boone's? Mills? Mills and Boone and Reader's Digest. I don't know what Mills and Boone are. They're still around, but not as big as they used to be. Yeah, stuff in print just is not as big as it used to be. Okay, Kim, you want to wrap it up? Now that I'm finished with that, I didn't want to wrap it up right in the middle while I was not paying attention to this.
That's what you said.
So now I'm paying attention to this.
Okay. We made a little bit of progress on the engine. I got all the wrist pins out, and I don't know. I did some grinding, and we got some stuff cleanup and organization done today. That wore me out early. That's why I'm done early. But we'll be back, I think, Saturday night.
And it warmed up about 5 degrees in here.
It's still 70 degrees, and it's cold outside.
It's
so
cold
we did
outside.
Good. Yeah.
What is this? I'm going to show a very special car that got me sick. What?
And it's going to be awesome, says Dean. All right. Well.
Okay, so what time is it here, Central Time? I'll have to figure that out because he's 2
p.m. Pacific.
2 p.m. Pacific. Oh, just like it used to be. So it's 4 for us. Okay. Yeah, I know his time changed. We're all coming up to these time change things. So everything's going to float around. They change down under, and now they'll change to Mexico, and then they'll change in the U.S. Not all change it on the same days.
Oh, I liked Mad Magazine. It had the thing that folded on
the thing
the
that
back.
folded in the back, yeah.
That was always fun.
Whoever did that, I look back on that, I didn't really think then about how somebody had to work that out, and it was always good.
No, it wasn't. But it was silliness.
I liked it. Specific. Specifically 2 p.m. Pacific. My time will not change. We do not change the clock. Oh, you're like Arizona. 2 states don't change in the United States. What 2 states are they? Arizona. And what's the other one? What's the other state that doesn't change? Does anybody know?
Matter.
Does anybody else know what other state in the U.S. does not change their clocks?
State of confusion?
In spring and fall.
State of mind? I'm Joe's gallbladder. What? Siesta. People voted that crap out. Oh, this time change thing. They were like, get rid of it.
You know, in China's big. It spreads out across, it's almost as wide as the U.S. They have one time zone for the whole country. It's not Alaska. Okay, I'll give you a hint. Think about what happens at time change the closer you are to the equator. Does it make any difference? There you go, Hawaii. It's Hawaii. Because they're close to the equator, it wouldn't make any difference anyway.
You get 2 points for guessing Hawaii. Actually, you get 3 points because nobody else said it.
And when the English is taking off, yeah, we're taking off too. So, okay. Good night, everybody. You gonna talk while I shut this off?
No.